It's time for Geocache Talk. Whether you are at work, in the car, or wherever you are, we hope you enjoy this show about the great sport of geocaching. If you're watching live on YouTube, you can be part of the adventure tonight in the chat room and participate with others as they watch the show. If you are listening later, please give it a like and subscribe on your favorite podcasting app so that you can get all of the weekly Geocache Talk goodness. If you have not become a patron of the Geocache Talk Network, what are you waiting for? Patron levels start as low as a Bison Tube level at $3 a month. The sign up is easy. Simply go to the Geocache Talk website and click on the Become a Patron button, or go to patreon.com/Geocache Talk. Patrons now get the famous Blackout coin, invites to special events, and other really great items throughout the year. Become a patron today. Have you subscribed to FTF Magazine yet? FTF Magazine is the #1 geocaching magazine available. It is a quarterly magazine that you can be part of. Submit your geocaching milestones and adventures to be published. FTF Magazine is also interactive with puzzles to solve and the hunt to find Spartacus. If you can solve the puzzle or find Spartacus, then you will be entered in to win a special pack tag. Every new subscription, you will receive a special swag pack. Subscribing is easy. Just visit FTF's website, ftfgeo.com. Don't miss out and subscribe today.
Big thanks to Derek, Baker 6 Clan, and our featured patrons, Chaos in Motion, Cash the Line, The Caching Dead New York, Nakul, lots of O's, Nakul, or L's too, I don't know. UDAC, JB Opto, GeoVet 91, Hoffer 15, Bimber, The Happy Hodag, saw him in the chat room. And that's it. And we have no new patrons, so sad face. Oh, well. So we're going to jump right into show 272, Geocaching Paradise Part 2. But this time around, Jesse is off on assignment, and tonight you've got Baker 6 Clan with us tonight. Derek.
Yeah.
Derek, thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey, no worries. No worries. Glad to be here. I mean, I'm always in the background doing stuff anyway, so it wasn't like I'm not here. But instead of just hearing my voice, you actually get to see me this time. So
good to see you. Before we get into the news, tell everybody how your Saturday live thing went.
Oh, yeah. It was I mean, there were some technical little bumps here and there, but it was a lot of fun. I was really happy to see a lot of people involved in the chat and everything.
Apparently you're acceptable.
Well, I'm glad I'm acceptable. That's great. I'm happy to hear that.
They like you.
Good.
UDAC likes you. We like Derek.
See, when we get into the geocaching paradises, I have something that I think everybody will appreciate, and that's one of my opinions on this.
Yeah.
But
anyway, sorry about it. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it was really good. There were some technical glitches here and there, but it's live. If something that in the television broadcast, if something's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong when it's live.
Right.
But we made it through and just learned and had fun, and it was just really fun. Just saw a lot of people that support Gadget Talk and Geocache Talk Network and all that, but they were there. Had a couple giveaways, and it was just I had a blast, and it was really fun getting to see everybody and just talking to everybody in there. And of course, at that time, I was able to get people from everywhere from New Zealand and Australia all the way to Germany, Belgium, Holland. I don't know. There was a whole bunch of Spain. So there was a lot of people that were jumping on off international, which was really cool. I absolutely love that. I was wondering if it was doing the captions in different languages, but nobody ever answered me. I was just curious. So that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah. That time frame kind of works well for international. You did it. Because you did it Saturday afternoon, right?
Saturday afternoon from 3 to 5. We ended a little bit before 5, but 3 to 5 Central. Okay. So
right. So it's Saturday evening for some people in Europe,
right?
Or it's Sunday morning in Australia,
right?
So yeah, that's a good spot. I mean,
the one that shocked me was Daniel Flieger jumped on.
Yeah, from Germany. That's awesome.
It's Daniel. Holy cow. Hey, Daniel. How you doing, man? So
one of our sponsors. Yes.
Yeah. So it was really cool to see him on there.
Yeah. When we did CacheCon last year, if you recall, we did it on a Saturday, and I think that worked out well.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Cache Canada is in the house. They'll be on next week with us to discuss doing, how to put it, properly created earth caches. How to
Earth
do them
caches.
well. How to create. I'll speak better words next week, but you get the idea.
I'm just glad I have a voice today after yesterday. So that's
make good earth caches.
Yeah.
Make them really well and not crappy.
Not just earth caches, but make every cache good. I mean, that's
absolutely. But that'll be our focus. But
yeah, that's for another show, right?
That's for next week's show.
Right. But, the earth caches, but make every cache as good. I think that's for every show.
That might be a good show too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You want to do some news?
Yeah, we can do some news. Is this hard news or soft news? What are we doing tonight?
Just regular news.
All right, regular news.
You want to do the one off the top?
Yeah, let me get to it. Let's see here. At top of the news is, as I get to it,
Path Tag Project.
The Path Tag Project. Yeah. So actually, you know more on this than I do. I can talk about some of the other ones.
Okay.
But this is more of your baby on this one. So
I'll do that one. I'll let you do some of the others then.
Okay.
The new GTN Path Tag Project is up and running. Patrons of the Geocache Talk Network are going to select the next Geocache Talk Network path tag. They're going to pick it, but everyone can participate by sending in your path tag artwork to geocachetalk@gmail.com and add the hashtag GTN Path Tag Project. And submit your entries between now and the Podcast of Hope on December 5th. That is the cutoff. So when we start talking to Owain Borman in England, that's it. No more will be accepted. After that, we'll put them all together and we're going to present them to the patrons. They are going to vote on the entries and they're going to pick a winner. The winning entry, the person who gives the winning entry will receive 100 free path tags. That is 100 free path tags of that design.
That's cool.
Free. 100 of them. So get out and send us your artwork, please.
And we have gotten a few entries of this already, and they look really cool.
They are cool, but we had very few.
We want a lot more.
Yeah, we've only had a few.
A lot more.
So your odds of winning 100 path tags is pretty high because we've only had, your chances right now are like 1 in 7 if you get
right. So
pretty good.
To us at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Let's see that. Really want to see these path tags.
Yeah.
I've designed one of my own, and I've let other people design my other path tags just because I know what my designs look like, but I want the expanse and the creativity of others to see. I want to see what they put together instead of them doing for me. So,
yeah. Very cool. UDEX, hard news and soft news. Well, we have a different teaser. What do you call those?
A bump here. So if this was like something really serious, like we're giving, like Gary was actually going to be spilling some real beans, like something really big, it would be more like this. Now, Gary.
Breaking news.
Now, are you going to spill the beans?
Well, I might.
Oh, no. Gary just spilled the beans.
I'll do a quick bean spill since you did the teaser for it, the bump. I did finally not only complete the book, but I actually got it submitted. Harder than it sounds at times to do that because your formatting for a book is different. In case you're wondering, pull the curtain back a little bit. So if you, there you go. Thank you. Just finding our way. I write it in Word which is simple enough. But you then have to submit it through the Amazon process, and the book will look different. So you have to kind of massage the pages. You upload it, then you go, nope, that's not right. Nope. And if it's not in the correct format, if the photos are not correct. So it took me all night Friday. I geocached all day Saturday, so I didn't have time. And I spent all day today getting, because see, the other part of it is that the index is always off. So I have to get it submitted, preview it, and go backward.
Because they put some blank pages here and there. So
yeah, and the pages don't come out exactly perfect. So anyway, no big deal. It's been submitted for review. Hopefully, it'll be available to purchase before Black Friday or Cyber Monday. I will, at the very least, even if it doesn't get done by Friday, I am going to go back before Friday and take all my books and drop the price on all of them. So, yes, very good, Direwolf.
Yeah, so Direwolf is saying when you design a tag, think Geocache Talk Network, not just Geocache Talk. And there were some others in here that were asking KC11 saying, are there any specific things that you'd like to see on the path tags or coins?
Right.
And we want it network wide. We don't want it just Geocache Talk. And so we have, of course, Gadget Talk. We have Geocaching with Kids, Challenge Talk, and Puzzle Talk. And if I don't know, Book Club, I don't know if we would include that for patrons on there. So,
yeah.
and the parameters, hey, I mean, we're geocachers. Push them. Let's see what we will be creative and come up with what we want. And like
one
I said,
thing we did. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm good.
Oh, I was gonna say real fast. This is the last one we did, so obviously don't do the same thing we did last time. But this is the path tag we did.
There it focused.
Before. Yeah, there it goes.
Back just a little bit. There you go.
Yep. So that's the old one. Kind of cool looking. Ammo can. Got the microphone on it. That was fun. That was a good one. But something new. We'd like something new. So it doesn't have to be, you probably want to put Geocache Talk Network on it somewhere, because I think that would be critical for it to make it through the process of voting. But a DNF talk show.
Nobody would find it.
Nobody'd find the show. So yeah, there you go. So there you go.
I mean, all right. I'm just gonna throw this out there. I mean, if we kind of be fun, you have beans spilling in the back and have different network logos as the beans spilling.
The beans. There you go.
I don't know. Just throwing that out there. I'm just.
That's pretty good.
So.
Yeah, something other than the mic, I think would be good. Yeah, something different.
Yeah. So,
Direwolf, I looked 4 times for that show. I haven't found it yet. It's funny. Good stuff.
So, all right. Podcast of Hope.
Yeah.
All right. So, wow, we're what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
2
weeks out from being for Podcast Hope, December 5th. And it starts 4 p.m. Central to midnight. Yep. And you announced some really great lineups for Podcast of Hope. It was real. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be there for the entire show because I'm going to be in the background for a lot of it and some other stuff. We have updated the donation link because that thing was just obnoxious. It drove me insane just looking at it.
Make it easy.
Make it easy. So all you have to do now is go podcastofhope.com and it goes to our Tiltify page. And so we'll be able to do that. So that's where you can go. It'll go straight there. If it comes up and say, I can't find it, just go ahead and enter again and it'll go there. For some reason, sometimes every once in a while, it doesn't, because it's a forward on the website to the domain. It may not have hit in all the registries and all that yet or something. I don't know, but it'll go on this usually the second time if it hasn't gone the first time. So just go ahead and do podcastofhope.com and you'll get there. So that is a much easier way than typing in, what was it, like 40 characters just to get to site.
Yeah. But the site looks cool. Show them the site because
It does look cool.
it's a brand new site. There you go. There it is. It's got the show. This is the dashboard. So as
So
you
when
can
you
see,
go in here, you can go to like Gary and I have meetings this week. We're getting this all set up even more. There's challenges. So if those like challenges that we can do different things. If you donate so much, you can pick a challenge that we have to do. So like Gary has to eat a whole can of Bush beans or something like that. And something, so we can there's be challenged and you can set money donations. So when that'll unlock that challenge and different things. So there's a lot of different stuff that we're going to be able to do. So we're going to try it out and see if we like it or what's going on, but it should be a lot of fun. And that, like I said, that just makes that podcastofhope.com just makes it so much easier than typing in tiltify.com/@ geocache talk /profile.
Too much.
So and as Zach says, we've already got $100 donated. So that's it's really great.
Keep it going. One of the things too that I like about Tiltify is that while you're donating, it will let you know. Like we used to mention what it would give an example of like if you give $75, it pays for this number of this pays for one child's month of diapers or whatever it happened to be, whatever whatever it was. There you go. Coins for kids, absolutely. Yep. But it kind of gives you a tangible tie in to what you're giving so that you can kind of go, oh, okay, I can see, $25 cost, it takes care of a toy or something, so that you can kind of see some of the tangibilities of what you're giving and what they're doing. So there you go. Tom will eat a number 4 Whataburger.
Yeah, we can make that for every $2 challenge. Every $2,
he has to eat a Whataburger combo
challenge.
Right. Live on the air.
Okay, it's number 4, so maybe $4. Every $4.
Every $4, Tom will eat a number 4.
So let's figure that out. Our goal is $10,000, and so for every $4, that'd be 2,500 combos. You think you can do that, Tom?
I think you can.
I think you can. You might not need to eat for a little bit, but that'll.
Yep. And Darrell's talking about how.
Whoops! I didn't click it.
We wouldn't allow. It's rolling fast. Sorry. And Aggie would let a Longhorn on the show. I would absolutely let a Longhorn on the show, especially if it was Matthew McConaughey. But
that would be.
I think Tom's talking about a different person. Not.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Yeah, at least the cost of number 4 is what Ryan was saying. So, sorry. Go ahead.
There, sorry. I was looking at lost count of coins for kids amount. So adding $20 our donation amount.
That's nice. Awesome.
That's sweet.
And if
coins for kids has been such a great idea.
Yeah.
Neil came up with.
Neil, Jason Hailmeister, and Craig. See my shell.
All those guys doing that. That has been
Three
such
amigos.
a great way of doing that. Cash for finding cash in the cash and putting that cash to kids. So I mean, it's really great. So
if you purchase a shirt, and we'll put the link in the show notes for you, but if you purchase a shirt from Arted Crafted, Sean, and at first I was like, "Are you serious? You want to do the 100%?" He goes, "Yep, doing 100%." I'm like, "Okay." If you give 100%, or if you buy a Coins for Kids shirt, he will donate all of the proceeds for that shirt. So if you would, if you want to give that way, you get a free shirt. You get and it's kind of cool. They're kind of cool looking, the Coins for Kids shirts. I didn't wear mine today. I might wear mine next week.
Hold on, let me. You did a post the other day.
I did post it. Yeah.
While you talk, I'll.
You dig it up and I'll keep going. Yeah. We'll show the shirt here in a second. So, yeah, Yeah, he's texted today, said he saw the coins for kid shirts. So, yeah, Pizza Ninja said shirts look good. They do. They look great. Different colors. Size. What's funny is the color I chose. Like, oh, that's a cool. It has a good look to it. Is the exact same one that Hailmeister bought and the same one that Craig bought. So, great minds think alike. So, just running away, mentioned about the long sleeve. I think he can do long sleeve. You can contact Sean at Art and Crafted. He could probably get you one. He can do a V-neck. He can do a long sleeve. You just kind of have to just talk to him directly, and he can probably put that together for you. So, yeah, contact artedcrafted.com, and you get a free shirt. Oh, here you go. There you go. There's the shirt.
There's the shirt.
Yep. There's one of our Christmas trees in the background. Yes, we have two. Yes, we have two.
I had a friend that posted a picture the other day. They heard some noise out. They live in Alaska, and they heard some noise in the back, and there was a moose at their window. And
oh my
you
gosh,
see the reflection in the window. It's like, yes, my Christmas tree. This was like 2 weeks ago. Yes, my Christmas tree is up. Leave me alone.
That's good. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, we have one tree for our travel ornaments. So when we travel, people collect shot glasses or something when they travel. Yep. We collect Christmas ornaments when we travel. And so all the ones that were from travel, they go on another tree. So, hey, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 3 trees. Or 2 trees. No, 3. 2. Yeah, 2. You're right. UDAC. Maria's like, yes. Yes,
we don't
I
even
do.
have Thanksgiving decorations up yet, so.
2 trees. All right, next, we keep rolling.
Rolling on is
Cache Fest. We're still selling the pre-event coins. The reason I mention that is because we still got bills to pay, so we really could use the help. So if you'd like to buy an additional set, there you go. Derek's showing them right now. There's I
have the blue and the gray one. The red one's downstairs right now.
I'll show the red one. Why are you doing that?
Yep. So, yeah, these are $20 a coin.
Here's the red one.
$50 for the set.
Yep.
And these are,
it's a big coin.
They're big coins. They're 3 inches long. And I was like,
yeah, they're big coins. If anybody, I was trying to think of something you could.
You have a ruler right
I have the treasure coin.
Well, that's a big coin too.
That's a giant coin. But
that is a giant coin. But still.
Look how much longer it is from the coin. So
it's a great size coin. Really pretty. Real nice and sparkly.
Here's next to a path tag.
They just really are a really great coin. I love them. Love the design. And that coin design.
Look how big it is compared to a path tag.
Yeah, that is huge.
I mean, so anyway, there you go. Big coin.
Big coin.
Yeah,
that's
pretty
really
slick.
Great. But the easiest way to find it is to go to the website, cachefest.com, and go down there and you can order the coins, the pre-event coins on there, and they'll go to the store. And any other package that's on there too. The package is really good. We're coming up with some really fun stuff that I think is everybody in the package, the VIP package. There's going to be some really things that I've never seen at any other event. How we're going to do some stuff. So,
yep.
Oh,
they're
4 inches
long. 4 inches long.
I was saying 3. I'm sorry. It's 4 inches long.
Yeah, they're 4 inches long. So
another
big,
coin,
nice coins.
Another coin that we're working on is 3 inches.
Yeah, the other one's 3. These are 4.
Yeah, that coin.
Mm-hmm.
We're not because we have. I know we'll get to this here in a little bit. We have one of our a show coming up pretty soon that we're going to be talking about more about Cache Fest. Correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So
again, we mentioned that just because we could really use the help. You can buy the coins and give them away or whatever. So help us out.
Christmas presents.
Help us pay. That's right. Help us pay some bills.
Yeah.
So megas are not free. Well, they're free for you to go to, but they're not free to put on. So
no, they're not. There you go. They're expensive. So, but to have that good time, it's
so much planned. We got some serious bean spillage in a couple weeks. about new stuff going on
That's right.
in the process of getting ready for that. So, um, yeah, Ryan says he has some in Kansas. So if you're near Ryan, he's got some he can give you
I have
give
a
him
few
to you.
sets still here in Memphis too. So
Memphis, okay, cool.
yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, I was just kind of to see my mouse was on one of my other 3 screens. So
yeah,
I need a big touch screen is what I need.
yeah, right. There you go. Of course, last night was the book, and then that's it.
Yep.
So we
All
can
right.
get into the topics.
Yep. So
So
I'm glad Scott's not here because that was 25 minutes.
yeah, that's yep.
So
Uh, so we are doing geocaching paradise part 2 because we promised there you go, $4.17 per inch when you buy all 3. There you go. See,
see, it's cheap.
they're cheap. Yeah, Darrell's on top of it. He knows what's going on. So uh, good to see you, chronically tired mom. We're
Yes.
we tend to be chronically. The world, as my pastor says, the world is run by tired people. So just remember that
Yep. We're all
this
tired of
world
something.
is this world is run no, by physically tired people.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
maybe emotionally tired too. But so we're gonna do part 2. Something that this was Jesse's idea. We kind of got to the point on during part 1 where we still had a lot of ones we want to talk to, and we were kind of out of time. So he's like, "Let's just do a part 2," and then he didn't show up, so that's fine. No, we just scheduled it, and
Well,
he wasn't
he's
able to be
kind
here.
of
So
in his kind of paradise right now.
he is. He's kind of on his own paradise, which is
Well,
Vegas.
yep. No, well, I can't say no. He's not gambling, but I don't know. But he's there
Well,
for his daughter and some other stuff. So, and getting to
we
do
could,
some caching. So getting
yeah,
some time away. So that's
we,
good.
we kind of start with Vegas for as far as geocaching paradise, and we'll kind of
Yep.
get into all the things that go into making a geocaching paradise, so that people go, well, why did you pick that one? And we'll get into those here in a moment. But let's talk about Vegas for a minute. And one of the reasons why it would be considered, to me, why would be considered geocaching paradise. A couple things. One is the amount of favorite points that have been placed on caches there. So that's a big one for. We'll talk. That's something that I know Derek wants to talk more about tonight as we go through the topic. Is favorite points, but there are caches in Vegas that are always come up in the top 10 most popular. Or when I did the book about like virtuals, it has some of the top virtuals. That, of course, in DC being
Right.
mostly virtuals in the
Right.
District of Columbia for the most part. At least around the mall area, you can't place a cache. You can place them out away from that area. You have to get permission for that. But high virtuals, you're close to ET Highway.
Yep.
So it's unusual. A lot of people don't want to do that kind of thing, but it is available in the area to
Right.
go do.
Something I want to do at least once. I mean,
Yeah,
you only get to find the cache once, anyways. But I would like to do the ET one time.
yeah,
Take a day. Probably even just use one day. I mean, that's the extent of for me doing a power trail. And that's just my style of caching. I don't wouldn't want to have to do much more than that. I say I'm not a numbers person, but I'm lying because the numbers I go after are favorite points.
right,
So
right. So, and then outside of those, there are a lot of cool caches in that area. So, just saying, Vegas is, and then you've got the intangibles, Vegas. The food, the gambling, the shows,
right.
the uniqueness of that area.
Yeah,
Whether you're
there's
for or
more
against it. There's a
There's
lot
more
to
to
do
the
there.
area than just caching. There's for the
Yep.
muggle, for the snuggle muggle who that's with you or whatever like that. There's
Yep.
something else there for them to do too. So,
Yep.
and I think that's very important. That's to me that's something that makes a paradise. Is yeah, I may go someplace to do some caching, but I want to go do stuff other than
Right.
caching. I want to see sites. I want to experience the area. I want to see where the locals go, which I know we see that when we're. I want to do other things than just
Yep.
strictly just going caching. But that's me. And some people in the chat and watching this may go, "Whoa, wait a minute! This is a geocache," but that's just me.
Yeah. So let's go back then and what constitutes a good geocaching paradise. So let me kind of give you a synopsis of what we came up with, and you can kind of decide whether you like our ideas or don't. So there
Okay.
you go. What constitutes geocaching paradise? So uh, Pathfinder 33 said, Charles, when I look at cities that fall into this paradise, in quotes, I look for things like proximity to year 2000 caches, grandfather cache types like webcams, the old virtuals, caches with more than 250 favorite points. That's a lot of favorite points, by the way, but
It is a lot of favorite points.
But by doing that, it really narrows down what he considers a paradise area. Highly favorited caches, well maintained caches, unique caches,
Yep.
and a caching variety is another aspect of a geocaching paradise. Challenge caches, power trails, something for everyone. For some people, it's really cool earth caches, high difficulty terrain ratings, which you don't always get those
No.
everywhere you go. Old with the oldies, the year one caches is always unique. The year 2000 caches is what usually the way it's phrased. And then you get into the intangibles like you and I were talking about just a second
Right.
ago, which is the location. That there's something
Right.
about the location that gives you more than just the setting, the views. The For Vegas, it's the what we talked about.
Right.
So we'll go through some of these that where we didn't get to talk about last week, and we're going to. Red Rock Canyon. I was thinking
Yeah.
more near Denver, but Red Rock Canyon. Oh, that must be a place. I'm sorry. Got you.
So here's on that list there. If one place had all that, would that not be that wouldn't be paradise? That'd be like geocaching nirvana, I think. But
It would be
I don't
if you
think
had all
any
that.
one place has all those things. And to me, each one of those, depending on your cache type that you like. So, say you like earth caches, and there's
Yep.
a huge amount of earth caches in one area. I mean, Yellowstone should have a whole bunch of earth caches. I would think. I haven't
Yep.
the map. I don't do a lot of earth
It,
caches. So, if
yep.
that may be your paradise,
Right.
if you like, and I know I may be jumping the gun a little bit here, but if you like even a whole bunch of adventure labs, go to Seattle. I mean, you can't swing a dead cat without hitting an adventure lab.
Right. That's true.
Just pull up the map and look at it.
Go look at the map. Yeah.
There's like 300, and I was there, and I looked at it, and I was
Yikes.
like, "There's no way. It's 116 degrees outside. I'm going to melt." But good grief, I've never
Yikes.
seen that many adventure labs in one place in my life. So in
Yeah.
virtuals, like you said, DC. So I think this is a hard topic to really determine because a paradise to one person may be
Sure.
hell to another person. I mean, that's just what it is. Because
holy moly, look at this.
What's
Each one of those is at least 5.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
I mean,
Zoom
look
out a
at
little
all
bit more
those.
on that. I mean, actually zoom in because there's some of them that are overlapping so much.
Yeah. But I mean, look at all those. Those are all
Adventure
labs
labs
in the
and that's in
Seattle area.
So
New ones coming out all the time. There's a new one. So
yeah.
I mean, good gravy. Look at all that. Which is cool if you love them.
If you love them, I mean, I like adventure labs, but you could spend your entire geocaching career just doing adventure labs in Seattle and never even touching a normal cache,
Yeah.
except if you want to go get the bonus.
I just want to point out that no cats were harmed in doing
No,
the
they
adventure
weren't.
lab. So.
Well, as far as we know, they weren't
You can
harmed.
swing the cat. You just don't want it to hit anything.
It's okay. The cat landed on its feet,
It
so
landed fine.
it landed on its feet.
Yeah. So, but you're right. Seattle is on the list because of
HQ.
the invariant. Right. The HQ is there. All the Geo Tour. Talk about favorite points.
Yeah.
The Geo Tour, of course, gets a ton of favorite points.
It's actually one I've done that Geo Tour and I loved it.
Yeah.
Before a lot of the other ones have been disabled and stuff like that, and the telephone was actually at the coffee shop, and so I've done that tour and I absolutely loved it. I think that was my first Geo Tour I've ever done. So, and still,
You've got a great location.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Pacific Northwest is amazing. You've got the original stash isn't too far away.
Nope.
You know, you've got
the Ape Cache. It's not too far
away.
The
Ape Cache is not far away. Right, is close by. You've got GCDs not too far away if you want a year 2000 cache on top of the rest of them.
Right.
So, and you've got, Seattle's a great city to visit. With all the things you can do in Seattle.
Yes.
So,
and if you live there, I'm sure you think it's a great city too. To each is their own. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, like I said before, what one person likes, somebody else won't. I mean, it's just that old adage. One person's, and I'm not calling any place trash or anything like that, but one person's trash is another person's treasure. We all have our own opinions. We all have our own likes of what type of caches that we like. So I think really each one is a little bit, everybody has their own opinion on what's going to be paradise.
Yeah.
So.
Right. But we're trying to give you some ideas tonight.
Right.
Direwolf says that, yeah, I didn't mention that, but yeah, all the adventure labs in Seattle will take you to a Starbucks. I don't think so.
Well, there's a Starbucks about every other building in Seattle.
Yeah, you can't throw a stick and not hit one, but don't throw any sticks, by the way. Just
or rocks. It'll be a riot.
Yeah, it'll be a riot. Just in theory, if you throw a stick, you would hit Starbucks. That's theoretically possible. So, all right. So there you go. There's where we're going tonight. So we'll mention a few, and I don't know. I'm trying to remember from the notes. I need to pull up last. No, I'm pretty sure we didn't talk about this. I'm going to mention Colby, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, and I can agree with this, and this kind of goes along my part of my paradise. So
yeah, Colby is. I like Colby, not just because of the reasons that you think I like it, but I like that part of the world in a really weird way. I'm not a big fan of getting into cities.
Mm-hmm.
I try to avoid major cities. I get into Dallas, Fort Worth as little as possible. That have zero pill bottles.
Colby doesn't.
What's wrong with the pill
I didn't
bottle?
find a single pill bottle in Colby.
You're right.
I'm sure there are some, but I didn't go after them.
I don't think we did either. Now that I think about it.
No. Well, was it a pill bottle?
Oh,
it's not out of the top, but
it pops out the top of it's a gadget cache. Or creative cache.
Yeah, you pull
the container's a pill bottle,
but it's creative. You have to shoot the pill bottle up out of the pipe. So
yeah, you got to shoot. Yeah, so
I think that's still cool. I like that one.
So real quick about Colby. So obviously, Mingo, the oldest cache in the world, oldest active cache in the world, is nearby. So it's a bucket list. You got to go get the oldest in the world, right?
Right.
I mean, at some point, don't you?
I think so. I think you do.
Oh, Dave mentions about live in an area with lots of events. Yeah, we're going to talk about events here in a minute too, buddy. So that's coming up. You're close to Colorado, so if you want to go see some mountains, you can go that way. You're close to a couple year 2000 caches. What's that? You talking about
there's no
Dave's?
mountains in Colby.
No, there's no mountains in Colby.
Lots
now,
of
Mount Sunflower is nearby.
Okay.
Mount Sunflower, the highest elevation in Kansas, is nearby. Bring your climbing gear to get to that. Just kidding. You don't need climbing gear.
It's a mountain that's wheelchair accessible.
It is Mount Sunflower, but no. And of course, Audie's not on it, I don't think, but Audie's caches are incredible.
Yeah, they are.
So if you're a fan of if you're a fan of Gilby, you would be a fan of Colby, I think, in a sense. It doesn't have quite what Gilby has. Gilby has, of course, nearby the Geo Tour. It has a lot of great caches in Gilby or near that area. The top 10. This spoiler. I'm not going to spill any beans, but this is just a spoiler warning for the book. But the top 10 geocaches in North Dakota are pretty much all in the Gilby area. So for the most part, I think 9 out of 10 were tricaches. So, yeah, no, Mike. There's a base camp in a sense, I guess, but there's no issues with thin air at that point.
No, there's plenty of air and it's moving fast.
Yeah, you're kind of out in the prairie, but you're at the highest point. The highest point in Kansas. Actually, it's the state sort of slopes toward Colorado, so you're almost at the Colorado border when you get to that. But there's like 4 or 5. Oh, tricaches. He's on tonight. So anyway, there you go. Colby, great caches, great people.
Yeah,
it's a unique area.
It is
of
very
Kansas.
unique.
I mean, there's some cool earth caches near there. I mean,
yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
there are some unique. What do they call the Jerusalem?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
Ryan will help me out.
Yeah, Ryan's in the chat. He'll mention it here in a second.
But there's a couple very unique earth caches, and there's a lot of cool caches in that area, other than Colby. So there you go. So people who say, if people say, let me wrap up Colby. If people say the only reason to go to Colby is to get Mingo, I will fervently disagree. I will fight you on that because there's a lot more in that area than just Mingo.
Yes.
I mean, there are some really, really cool caches in that area. Oh, there you go. Jerusalem. Yeah. Jerusalem State Park. Thanks. Yep. Thanks, Fishy Kitty. Yeah. There's an earth cache in Mingo, in the city of Mingo, which is like population 8.
No, they had more than that.
No, I think that's all they really had.
No, they had more in the truck stop than that. That worked.
No, as far as population, though.
Yeah, there's more. It was 9.
Yeah, there's not people. Yeah. So, all right, next one. We're moving on. Different part of the world. We're gonna talk about Milpitas, California.
See, and this is one I've never.
I didn't either. I started doing some reading. Well, part of the book. Sorry, another shameless plug for the book. But as I looked at the most popular in every state, a couple places stood out. What one of them was the city of Milpitas. Hope I'm saying that correctly. In California, there are some amazing caches around that, in and around that city, really close to that city. There are one of the things that you and I will talk about also tonight is that if you've got a really awesome cache owner
Mm-hmm.
maker in an area, it can really create. It can sort of build a paradise, sort of in that area. And one of uh, the cache owners that is building that in Milpitas is Tattletales is their GC um, name. Tattletales has they're in Clovis, but in the Milpitas area, they have a couple different caches that are in the top 10 most popular in the state. Um, they have you've probably done this too before, Derek. Where you look at the number of favorite points the person has, they have 7,712 favorite points,
and that's impressive. That's really good.
That's a chunk right
That's
there.
a good chunk.
Yeah, that is a really good chunk. They have 74 hides in the area, mostly all traditionals, and they've got their caches in that they own that they're in that area. As far as favorite points go, you've got they have one called Nuts that you and I were talking about prior to the show. It has 524 favorite points.
Yeah.
One called Red Rocket has 400.
And I have that one. I have that one pulled up.
You'll pull that one up. Okay. It has 436 favorite points. So that gives you an idea. I mean, they've got all these caches with multiple. There you go. You got pulled up. Yeah. So,
see if I can find some pictures of it real quick.
These are the show notes. Yeah, go to the gallery possibly. Yeah, or you go also to the one called Nuts. Is really good.
That one. So I mean, no, that's not what I was looking for.
Not
that. You get so it's this light pole. So that's not an LPC because that's the power pole.
Yeah.
But and I'm seeing this pipe here, and I don't know if that's what it's. I don't know. I'm curious at how this works. I guess you're shooting this little red.
Could be.
That's your red rocket. So
and
I don't know. Yeah, I know it's got a lot of favorite points. So I'm curious at how this one works.
Yeah. So again, they've got several in that area. So if you live in that area, I'm sure you're familiar with it. If you don't live in that area, that is something you might want to check into. So. There you go. That may be an area that you're like, oh, well, I live in Arizona. Maybe I'll pop over to, Milpitas, California, and check out some caches in the area. So there you go. Yeah. Another one that came up in the list was Sacramento, California. A lot to do in Sacramento, but also Joyful Nomads live in that area. Great COs.
Right.
The Joyful Nomads. So take a look at those. Take a look at this Sacramento area if you're looking for something. If you're we're going to be nearby next year. Let me make a note of that. I'm going to write that down and make a note. We maybe pop over to Sacramento for.
So what we're talking about here is cache owners that can make a paradise an area, and it could be anywhere. I mean, depending on their hides that they're putting out. So, just being creative and putting those great caches out can make a paradise for people.
Yeah. And then another one of that nature before we switch gears a little bit, which was we talked about last time, I think a little bit about Portland. Goblin Dust, a lot of his caches out in the Portland area.
I've seen, I would love to find, I've heard about them and seen some different ones, but I've never found a Goblin Dust cache. I would love.
Oh, yeah. I thought when you were out there, you might have found one.
I don't know. I didn't. Believe it or not, we didn't do a lot of caching out there. I mean, we did some, but we didn't do a lot of caching, and not after those.
Right.
But it was.
Right.
I've met Goblin Dust, but I've never actually really done one of his caches. Like I said, I've seen pictures, and I really want to. It'd be phenomenal to go find those. The other thing about Portland, of course, Portland's even closer to the GT stash.
Right.
So, I mean, it's right outside of Portland is where it actually is. So
yeah, the original. Yeah.
The original stash.
So another interesting area that you might want to
Not the
think
GT
about.
stash. Wrong one. That's
I know
what you
what you
guys
meant.
did.
Yeah, the original stash.
The original stash, not the GT
Yeah.
stash.
Now there's a, which is
That was
funny
the GT
because
stash.
there you go. Yeah, that was a GT stash. Their replacement, because people don't realize. Well, maybe they do. Maybe the new people don't. The original cache, of course, is gone. They probably dug it up and that was it. They archived it and never. But there's another one out there going to Sacramento. Okay, cool. Yep. Quincy, cryptid, cryptid. Yeah. Yeah. So the replacement to the original stash, we make sure we get this worded right, is of course there. The plaque is there,
Right.
and so that's sort of a, it gets a lot of favorites, and it's a cool, it's a bucket list item.
Bucket list, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was for me. I loved getting that one.
All right, so we're going to talk about another area that you've been there, so I want you to pardon me, comment on Jackson County. What's interesting about Jackson County,
We're talking about Jackson County, Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia. Jackson County, Georgia. I got emails from multiple people after the show telling me that we needed to add this to the list. Now, whether it's a paradise or not, we're going to discuss, and you be the judge. But you got to at least give credit for the people that are passionate about it.
Oh yeah,
that they were willing. Different people, and I don't think they really are connected. I don't think this was they were not in collusion. That let's flood Geocache Talk with information about Jackson County. Geo Monkey Tiger sent me information about it, which is great. Love him. He's a cool dude, and
it's fun.
I do respect his opinion. That's one thing too, is that if you have street cred, and Matthew, he has street cred. So Geo Monkey Tiger definitely has the chops. So if he says it, then I think we all need to stand up and and listen. So tell people a little bit about why is Jackson County, Georgia, what makes it a paradise?
Well, for me, I mean, I was out there for the agritourism. That's always hard for me to say. Agritourism county, Jackson County Trail. There's some really, I think it was 15 really great, huge gadget caches. Really thought out. The artwork on them, it was really pretty. The finished work on them was really great. They were fun. Some that I've never seen before.
That's cool.
That's the gadget part. I mean, that's the part that I thought was really great.
Yeah.
It really had that wasn't the original like gadget tour that they had out there. There was one that was out there before, and there's still some of those out there, but it's like 5-6 years old, and gadget caches don't last as long as some other things sometimes, because just the wear and tear on them.
Yeah.
But I didn't find any of those. I was there to find for this new tour and stuff like that, and there was a lot of stuff. I mean, there is a huge variety there in Jacksonville. I didn't find them, but because I was after the gadgets.
That's not Jacksonville, Jackson County.
Yeah, Jackson. Did I say Jacksonville?
You did, which is fine. I was being careful.
There's Jacksonville. There's I don't know. There's Jackson everywhere.
It's a county in Georgia named Jackson County.
Jackson County. So
which is northeast of Atlanta, if I'm correct. Let me double check that. I want to make sure I get it right.
North of Atlanta. I had the trip was 8 hours. It took me 6 hours to get through Atlanta. No, it didn't take me that long. Maybe just 2 hours. But I had fun. I really enjoyed those caches. I love the variety of even the style of gadget caches. That, to me, because of the gadgets, that would make it a paradise. But that's my opinion. But they have a lot more out there.
Very close to Athens, if you're looking on a map. So
in Athens?
Near
And
Athens, Georgia.
it's not really too far away from Rome.
No, it isn't. I mean, you could, if you went to the area, you could double dip. You could get the cool caches in Athens, the cool caches in Atlanta,
Yep.
and then you could pop over to Rome. And there's a lot of cool caches around Rome. The most popular one, unfortunately, we tried to do. We ran out of time.
Yeah.
I
But
can't.
anyway.
We'll come back and get it.
Yeah, well, we got next year. So
Yeah.
so favorite points. If you're looking at 125 caches in Georgia with the most favorite points, 30 of them are in Jackson County.
Yeah.
And that's great. That's twice as many as any other counties in Georgia. Active Jackson County caches have earned nearly 6,000 favorite points. So if you're looking for high number favorite points, there you go. And that's what I go after. Caching variety. Do you like different types of caches? I mean, Jackson County has approximately 160 different caches, including all the major cache types: traditional, mystery, including challenge caches, multis, where I goes, letterboxes, earth caches, and virtuals. I would say webcams, but there's no webcams there. But you're not, once again, you're not too far away from a webcam up in Chattanooga.
Oh, cool. That's true.
Yeah, so
they've got
that one.
They've got like
maybe
an
2 hours away
81.
from it.
Yeah, so they have some kind of 81 mystery grid, right?
Yeah, 80, I think it is. There was an
80.
issue at the time when I was there.
But
There was an issue with one of them. But yeah, you can do
pretty cool.
Fizzy.
If you're interested in the fizzy grids,
right?
This is almost an entire mystery grid, fizzy grid of mysteries. Right. That's kind of cool.
So, yeah. So I mean, if that's what you're looking for, then yes, then there's that is a paradise, and that's great. I mean, I would consider it a paradise because of the gadgets and some of the really good.
Right. Because you're looking at gadgets.
3 videos on the different gadgets that they put out at the event, and I was really impressed with the gadgets, and that because it was just really done. And what was really cool about the gadgets is that they weren't all built by geocachers. So
that's the wild part.
Yeah, they're programmers, woodworkers, and just the creativity and the work that was put into them was absolutely mind-boggling and phenomenal. I mean, I'm talking like one of them was, no lie, was probably about 6 feet across and about 8 feet tall. And it had buttons all over it, and you had to put different buttons on it and to get the combination for the lock. I mean, it was just a lot of really fun. One you had to yell at. I mean, you had to actually scream at the cache for it to do something, and it had to be so loud. So I mean, different things I had never seen.
That was the horse races, right?
That was the horse race. Yeah, you had to sit there and yell
horses. Yeah. So explain to people real quick, because that's a very clever idea that I'd never seen before.
Right. Yeah. So that one, it's a horse race. So you have to cheer your horses on, and either you're going to be horse, pun intended, after you do it, or if you're trying to do it by yourself, or you're going to need several people out there. And I think for me, caching with friends is always more fun anyways. So you have to yell at this cache to get it to go. And then the horses go off on the races. The horses actually move. And then it reveals the code for you to actually open up the lockbox. And it's really great. The ammo cans that were at every single one of these locations was not handcrafted, but they're all hand painted. Absolutely beautiful. The artwork on these ammo cans were phenomenal. So if you want to see that kind of aspect of it, once again, geocaching paradise. So I'm going to have to agree with GeoMonkey Tiger on this, that area is the paradise. And that, I mean, of course, that is my opinion, but I absolutely loved it. I had so much fun at that event and seeing everybody. But all right, can I go? Are we to events yet? Can I throw out what I was?
Yeah, because somebody mentioned events earlier, so let's kind of throw that into the mix of paradise stuff.
All right, so for me, any place that has a geocaching mega is a geocaching paradise to me because of the people that are there.
Sure,
that's.
I agree.
I can't. that's where I have the most fun, is at events, meeting everybody, talking to everybody. Just that's, to me, that's geocaching paradise.
I
So
agree. That's it's kind of like wherever you are, it kind of becomes a paradise, at least during that time of the mega. Last year or this year, gosh, time is weird right now. But
time is relevant.
right, March of this year, gosh, I'm past this. March of this year, March 2021. It was many months ago, but we're in the little sleepy town of Cisco, Texas. And for that period of time, it was a
It was
paradise
paradise.
because we all got together. Several of us, we all rented a lake house.
Yep, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and
Well, Ryan didn't think so.
because you're snoring.
No, it wasn't snoring.
Oh.
He kept standing up into the ceiling in the
Oh,
loft.
that's right. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah.
I didn't have a problem.
Yeah, so pull the curtain back a little bit. I fortunately, I was lucky enough. I got a room. Get a room. Now, I had one of the bedrooms. Charles and Laura had a bedroom. Obviously, they're a married couple. They're gonna get a bedroom. All the four that yes still have a concussion, Ryan. All the temporarily bachelor, which means the married guys who didn't have their wives with them, so we called them bachelors, were relegated to Jesse was on the couch, and then we had an upstairs which had single beds. So Ryan had one of the single beds where his feet hung out the backside of it, and Derek had the other single bed
with a ceiling that was probably
yeah, it's kind of built
10 maybe.
Yeah, it's built a little bit small, so some of us wouldn't have a problem that are a little bit shorter. But yeah, poor Ryan, he had to be careful up there.
This dull thud,
smacking his head.
Dull thud and funk and hitting the bed.
Yeah,
and then I started laughing.
But it was great. We had extra folk come out one night. Bounce and his family came out. We cooked steaks and had a little
that was fun
soiree by the lake there. And but if you can do that at some point, then I would highly encourage you. And obviously, if you're going, especially Teresa's in there, but making part of that even better was that there were a lot of great caches in that area.
Yeah.
Teresa's, Fishing Kitty's gadget
trail
was a real highlight because
it was actually a GeoArt that had gadgets in it. It was actually it was a duck.
That's true.
GeoArt.
Yeah, and so we stood up and thunked it. Oh, this
Ryan's up.
So
off the floor again.
If you can, try to get to a mega if you've never been. Highly encourage it. Yeah, there you go. The TP, the Texas Department of Wildlife, the TPWD series.
Right.
So each mega is a little different, but they all have something that is great about them.
Right.
Yuma got its uniqueness, and then all the ones like ASP up in New York. A lot of people go to that because it's they like the camping aspects of it,
right?
The outdoor parts to it. So you have to kind of check out the vibe of all the different ones. Going caching, has its own world. You don't have to, as I've always mentioned, you don't have to do exactly what. Yep, Tom plays with ducks. Yep, TPWD. Yep, they both mentioned it, which is funny. So in the chat room,
one's pays.
Yes. Yeah. Tom pays with ducks. That's funny. I
That's
think
what
he
Tom
meant
said.
plays too. But within the same minute in the chat room, both people mentioned it. Yeah, Pizza Ninja mentioned about ASP is near his stomping ground. So, those can become paradises in many ways. If you're able to go back to the same one, you kind of start to see, especially, Rome falls into this one in that each year builds a little bit on the last one because there are caches that are still there
Right.
that are like some of the ones that Bounce put out this year. I think will be around for a while.
Yeah, the way they're built, they should be.
Yeah. So, the one at the coffee shop or the two coffee shops. So there's and this happens too. West Bend, Wisconsin. We talked about that last time. There are places like West Bend or going caching or different parts that yeah. Oh, but the
Yeah.
caching herd to the new caches are a drawback.
Yeah,
That
for Megas.
yeah, it can be. Which see, here's the thing you can do: you can create you can kind of take advantage though of those situations in that like Chronically Tired Mom says, is that maybe your thing isn't the mega, but what you do is you make note of wherever that mega was,
And you go back
and
later.
you slide in there after it's over and do all the caches while everybody's gone. So, there's ways to think about if you're not a social butterfly and you don't want to go to the megas and be around all the people and all that kind of stuff, but make a note. And then you go, you know what? West Bend, I go there off hour, as a sense off mega, and enjoy all the caches that are there when they're not when all the crowds aren't there. So there's an option for you.
Yeah. I like I said, I love megas. And I like caching with a lot of people.
I do too.
And that's to me, that's a lot of fun. And the caching herd, I can completely understand that. There's
I do.
times that I want to get away, and that's one of the things that when we were at Challenge, that when we went and did the gadget trail, Teresa's gadget trail and her husband's, that was nice because were able to get away, and there wasn't a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
At that time, because you just got to learn where to go. If I'm going to an event, I'm not going to. I may go with the herd a little bit and go see some stuff, but I try to hang back and just have fun. And just really, to me, it's more about getting to meet and talk to everybody. There's a social butterfly aspect of it. So
yeah, because I'm, you and I are both kind of following that camp of, I'm out there to cache, but I don't look at the numbers.
Yeah,
I'm not. That's not what has interest for me.
Well, let's
talk
about going caching. When we were going after the stamps, I mean, that was literally herd style. We were first to get to it 2 times.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're all working for the same goal to be able to get into the escape,
the really cool
or get the coin. Yeah. So we're all working toward that. And when we were doing the coin, it wasn't quite as much of a herd aspect of it because there were so many different ones that you could go after.
That's true.
At one time, and I think that was something that was really nicely done because that part wasn't a herded.
Yeah, you really could get out. You could get out for the bottle, or this is going to be confusing in ways. Basically, it was like a passport.
Yeah.
And so they had barrels, which were worth more points than the bottles. Pretty much the bottles were all at businesses.
Yeah.
All 3 barrels were out in the middle of the world. Were out in the wilderness,
which we about killed you. I'm sorry.
I know. I get in better shape. It was fun. I enjoyed it, but my gosh, the thing is that you're going up and down hills out in the middle of the wilderness, which is fun, but I was dead. Yeah, I had a hard time keeping up with you guys, but the urban caching I thought was great.
Yeah.
The businesses, I like the idea. I kind of and see the reason why I liked it um, a lot was because it reminds me a lot of a geotour. Because geotour, you're kind of stamping a passport,
Right. And that's the
and
same thing with when we're doing after the cards.
yeah,
I could grab
well,
the one over here that I have over here, but
yeah, that was unique. It had some frustration points, but I
it was
tried to
also like
just.
letterboxing, which I thought was really
It
cool.
was. I like that. See, I like that part. I liked that part. I didn't like the part that some of it was confusing and one of the clues was not right. But we fought through it. Two dunderheads are better than one. Yes.
It's referring back to this caching a mega with a team would be more fun than going caching solo like I do. Two
Yeah.
thunderheads are better than one. And
Yes, they
if
are.
you're not referred, that goes back to Lenice's or chronically tired mom talking about when she built the gadget cache with the magnets that Chad and I also did on Gadget Talk one time. Then I did it on my channel as well.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, any dunderhead can do this one. That's what that's the
Two
inside joke
dunderheads
to
are
that.
better.
That was on one of her TikToks. So
Yeah. And
I'm sorry. Fell out of a tree and
yeah, she
busted in
fell
the
out of a
summer.
tree. I'm so sorry.
Ow.
Yeah, see, it might. Yeah, those happen. Sorry. Uh, so as we start to kind of wrap up for tonight, uh, we mentioned some. We can't mention them all,
No.
So um, there's a lot of them internationally that we don't know as much about. I was going to do some more research about Prague, but I do know that there are a lot of great caches in Prague. Obviously, Germany has a ton of great caches. I mean, we're not. I mean, we mentioned last time about Iceland as far as Earth caches
Mm-hmm.
goes. Like you're saying, remember how if you're looking for certain paradise areas for types, uh, then Earth caches. Then if you could get to Iceland, that's a good example. So there are around the world a lot of different places. One of the last ones, of course, I also want to mention is when we had on Keith with FTF Magazine. He did uh, the Camino Real.
Right.
I would say
Trail hike.
tour. Yeah, it's a pilgrimage. What it really was, it's a pilgrimage, and you can follow the seashells. Was the symbol that was used, and you can follow that. I mean, that's over. That's kind of a pilgrimage type thing where you can go multiple days along the Camino de Real. It's in one of the FTF magazines too. If you ever want to go take a look at that, but it will take you to also some cool caches. Of course, when you get to the city, you'll find a lot of really cool. So I mean, there's ways that you can take something like that you might have interest in, and you sort of combine it with your your interest in some other topic. So, oh hey, there's this
Yep. Bend, Oregon.
Steve Bend, Oregon. Bend, Oregon, another place with
Yep.
a lot of good caches in that area. So there you go. Um, so you know, there you go. Camino de Santiago. There you go. Thank you, Darwolf. Uh, but that is kind of a cool way to combine, and that's really for another show too, is how to combine your geocaching with other things. But hopefully we gave you guys some ideas, or maybe give you some parameters to think about. Like,
Right.
okay, now that I've got some parameters, I've got some, maybe then I can now go look at a location and go, okay, is this something that to me fits the bill for a paradise? And if
Right.
maybe it doesn't, it might be somebody else's paradise, and you're like,
Right.
you don't want to get pulled into, if I would hope that people will try to adventure out of their comfort zone, but also I think that you want to make sure that if you want to go to a location, it's a location that you think is paradise, not what I think is paradise.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But tonight we wanted to give people the parameters of things to think about, because if somebody says, "Oh, you should go to wherever," and you're like, "Okay," because they're like, "Oh, we love it. It's the greatest. It's a geocaching paradise." You're like, "Okay,
Yeah.
well, why is it?" "Oh,
Yeah.
there are all these five puzzles," and it's like, whoa, hang on. I don't do five puzzles, like, oh,
Right.
what else do they have there? Oh, well, let me think about this a minute.
Yeah.
But
That's kind of like telling somebody, you got to go to Hawaii. It's the best place in the world. Well, yeah, but I'm allergic to the sun.
yeah, right.
I want to go to Alaska where it's dark.
Yeah, really. You got to go to, you got to go to the top of this mountain. Okay, well, I'm not a good climber. Oh, I guess, yeah. Oh, I didn't think about
it's
that.
like you were saying, it's your opinion. What's going to float your boat? What's going to be your paradise? Because like I said before, what's your paradise may be somebody else's absolute misery.
Right.
So that's really great. Like, I love gadget caches. So paradise to me is a place with gadget caches. Place for me, it would be like Megas. But you're this person that may be an introvert.
Yeah.
They don't want to be with a bunch of people.
Well, people
that would be absolutely horrible for them. So that's not their paradise. Their paradise is alone, out on the trail, finding caches themselves, out in nature, absolutely nobody around in the world. That's their paradise. So it's just really what's your paradise. So this was kind of a interesting one, and there is no right or wrong answer in this. So,
correct. We want people to avoid getting drawn into going to a place without doing the research and saying, you know what, this doesn't fit the topics that these, it doesn't fit the parameters that Gary and Derek provided tonight, which are, here are the things, and Jesse from the last one. Yeah. But these are the things that you want to, these are the parameters, hopefully, that we gave you, that you can go, okay, of these 12 things that you guys topically mentioned, I agree with 9 of them. So my paradise, I would like these 9 items in that paradise. So now you can then go evaluate a location and you go, oh, you know what? That for me is going to fit the bill. And I'm going to go to Jacksonville, Florida, or wherever, because it fits the parameters. Now that I have a guide for it, now I can make I can make decisions and not just go, I'm just a shoot from the hip.
Right.
So I think that's it. Any last comments? That's my last comment.
I think I kind of had mine in there, mixed in there with yours.
Well,
just kind of like I said, what's one person's paradise may not be another person's paradise.
Right.
We all cache our own way, and that's what's so great about this game, this hobby, the sport, whatever you want to call it. Because see, once again, there's an opinion. It's not a sport; it's a hobby. No, it's a game.
It's a game, sport, hobby.
However, to you, okay, it's however you want to see this game. This activity there that covers it. However you want to see that, and it's the same way. It's cache the way you want to cache, without cheating, and then hide the caches that you want to hide and find.
Yeah.
So that's
exactly.
And then, like I said, and it's your opinion, but you really do need to click that like button.
Click the like button.
Click the like button.
And a couple quick reminders for everyone. Don't forget patrons. Patron party is Tuesday night.
Yep.
We've sent the link for you folk out in Facebook group and also on Patreon. I got to put it on Patreon, but I'll put it out there for everybody for the patron party, which is Tuesday night. Don't forget to send us your path tag artwork.
Right.
Don't forget to buy some guitars to help us out to pay for the bills. And don't forget to email us about anything and go to podcasttohope.com. Or at least make a note, because for some people, they want to give the night of because they want to get, because there's a lot of prizes. There's prizes, yeah. There's some really cool giveaways. Yeah. Yep.
I'm going to do another giveaway this year. I'm going to do another shirt. I'm going to do another shirt.
Excellent. Oh, awesome. Yeah, Art and Crafted is giving away a shirt an hour. Drives Cache Closet's giving away a premium membership, 1 per hour. Boy, we got a lot of these. We're giving away, how about this one, Derek? We're giving away 16 free Cachely apps. Wow. 2 per hour. We're giving away 2 per hour.
That is awesome.
Yeah. We're giving away Logwork. We're giving away Logwork containers. We're giving away, it just goes on and on. So it's great. So thank you, sponsors, for all that you're giving. Cache Advances is going to give something. I mean, it just goes on and on. And that's the other cool thing is you get to give to podcast. You're giving to St. Jude to help with cancer research.
Yep.
And all the different childhood diseases that they're working on battling. And then you also get a chance to win something cool. So kind of an extra. Cool. Yeah. All right. I think then you can take us out. We'll see everybody either Tuesday for patrons or
night.
What's that?
It said if you're a patron, see you Tuesday night. Thursday night is challenge talk this week. Or is that next week?
That's next week.
Next week. Okay.
But this next Sunday, of course.
Thursday night is Thanksgiving, so those in the U.S.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving. Have some
Happy
time
Thanksgiving,
with your family. Everyone. Those in the rest of the world, have a great Thursday.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
May your finds be many, and your DNFs be few. May the terrain and difficulty both be less than 2. And whatever it is you're looking for, may it find its way to you. And may we all meet again.
Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. Please email us your comment at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, or Spotify, as well as at the Geocache Talk website. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below and ring that bell notification so that you can see and hear the show on a weekly basis. And tell your friends about the show. Get them involved with us in the chat room. And until next week, don't just talk about geocaching, go geocaching.